This Map First Impressions video is brought to you by the Farmer Klein YouTube channel. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Hey everybody, and welcome back to another Map First Impressions video. Today we're going to take a look at Schwatzingen. In fact, we're going to take a look at two different versions of this map because this map is available in both single player and multiplayer format. In fact, there are two different maps to download. If you are sitting at the map load screen and you see this right here, you are actually going to load up the multiplayer version of the map. It is not going to work the way you want it to work in single player. Don't even try it because you're going to get frustrated and upset. If you've downloaded this version of the map, delete it, get rid of it if you want to play single player because it will not work correctly. You need the single player version of the map, which has a load up screen that looks like this. It says single player. It doesn't say single player, meaning it looks like this. You have the multiplayer version of the map, and it will not work correctly in single player. You'll get frustrated, you'll get angry, you'll get upset, and you'll rage quit. Get the single player version. So let me show you the website that you get this map from, and I'll maybe explain it in a little better detail. So here is the website, and there will be a link in the description below to this, and he gives some nice general information about the site. And down here at the bottom, he has the download for the multiplayer version and the download for the single player version. If you're going to do this in single player, you want the single player version. I've sent this author an email asking him what the Harbor Challenge is, because I'm a little curious, because it uses the ISO container pack stuff, the ATC container stuff, that I've been basically looking for a reason to play with. So whatever this Harbor Challenge is, appears that you have a reason to play with it. So I've asked the guy basically what the reason or what this Harbor Challenge is, because I'm a little interested in it. As of the recording of this video, I have not heard back as to what that is. But at any rate, here is the single player version, and then I'm going to jump over and show you the multiplayer version and talk to you a little bit about why the single player and multiplayer version are so different. So we're going to go ahead and load up the map here, and we're going to hit Mahindra. We're going to go with the crosshairs and vehicle collisions. Pull up the log. And while that is loading up, let me read you a little bit of the description here. Basically, this is a normal size map, 2 kilometers by 2 kilometers square, has 178 plots, 29 forests, several fields, 26 meadows, 6 farmyards, 14 stables, meaning 14 animal areas, 2 cow sheds, 2 large pig sheds, 2 large horse stables, large sheep stables, 3 large chicken coops, a large cow pasture, a small pig area, and a small chicken coop. So, you can see the map loaded up error-free. Let's go ahead and jump on in here. So when we load up the map for the very first time, we start up here in town, which is a rather interesting place to start. Let's zoom out here and just take a look at the map here. Look at all of these fields. This is, as I understand it, a Felsburn edit. And I would say pretty much probably the only thing you're going to recognize on Felsburn is maybe this dock area. I think everything else is just completely blasted away and completely redone. Absolutely amazing job as far as I'm concerned. Let's take a look at the lands area and take a look at this. So in single player, we start by owning Hoff 1 and field 37 and 38. But take a look. I mean, the center forest area has been divided up into so many little forestry subplots. This one's pretty interesting. I mean, where these lines came from, I don't really know yet. I haven't driven up in here. Maybe we'll find a road that snakes through here like that or something. But basically, let's take some of these icons away. Basically, we have Hoff 1, which is right here. Off 2 is right there. Off 3 or farm 3, farm 4, farm 5, and farm 6. In addition to that, there are 2 purchasable BGAs, one right here and one down here. Let's take a look at some of these land prices. Field 18 looks pretty big, $200,000. Oh, let's see here. Field 111, $35,000. Total field 55, $39,000. 38, $36,000. So all of these fields are fairly well priced. We also have, interesting enough, there is a mine, a strip mine up here that we can purchase. This might be for something that's coming in the future. I don't know. Maybe it's part of this harbor challenge. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. We'll take a look at that when we get around to exploring the map itself. So we do have our standard crops here on the map. Take a look. We also have a huge list of sell points. According to the map author, not 14 sell points. Basically, it says 14 sales stations. So a huge number of sell points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 sell points that take most of our crops. A couple specialty sell points. Take just wheat and barley here. 3 sell points that accept eggs, and 4 sell points that take milk. We've got our spinnery for our wool and cotton. Multiple sell points that take silage, hay, straw, and grass, and that is before we have even purchased the 2 BGA areas. And then we've got 1 sell point to accept manure out of the gate, again, before we buy any of the BGAs. On new farmer mode in single player, we start out with a lot of crops, or not crops, but starting equipment. We'll take a closer look at that here in a little bit. And we do have contracts on the map. Field 43 is 2 acres. Field 90 is 1.7 acres. So let's go back and take a look at 43 and 90. Let's see if we can find those. Here's 90. Little old field 90 is $48,000. Field 43 is over here, $57,000. So there you go. So this is a pretty good map for small to medium equipment. You're not going to need to bring out the big, 15-meter wide cultivators for this type of map. At least that's my take on it. So we're going to go ahead and teleport over here to Farm 1 and just explore around the starting farm here, and then get our Mahindra and take a little drive around. See, we have our sleep trigger here on our farmhouse, and under other play modes like new farmer mode, and not new farmer, but farm manager mode, and start from scratch, the farm is all built out. All of the map is built out exactly how it is in new farmer mode. That means that we have all of these animal pens over here on Hoff 2. Hoff 3 has its chickens. 4 has pigs. Hoff 6 has chickens. And then you could buy this area up here also that has cows. Then we could buy actually each of these little individual areas here. You could buy each one of these little individual animal areas also. It's quite an interesting setup. So here we are, Farm 1. We've got our silo. We've got a nice storage building with some starting wheat, or not starting wheat, but starting seed and fertilizer. Now again, if you haven't seen any of my map videos, you don't know, but I have replaced the textures of these bags, so they'll look like normal bags to you. I've just replaced those. I like them better. Got some front-loading equipment. Got an open shed here. One of these small, I think this was Frontier Design did these. Got a small building here. Got our chicken coop. got a repair building, and we've got another easy shed over here. That basically is HOF 1. So let's go ahead and take a look at our starting equipment in single player. We have the T5 100. We got the Fendt 511C as our starting tractors. So our tractors range in horsepower from 100 to 115 horsepower. We got the TX 320 New Holland harvester with its TX 332. It's not 320, 32 grain header. We've got a Farm Tech tipper, the Salford plow, the Rab power harrow, and then the Amazon seeder. All fairly small equipment. Got the Kuhn 3-point hitch fertilizer spreader. Got Stoll front forks, front arms, and a loader bucket. Got our header trailer. And then we have an open cow pasture. We've got the cow pasture. Basically, we have all of the various animal areas that are built into the map. Animal areas, silos, sheds, you name it, it is all in here. So we can basically sell this stuff off if we want. And that would basically have the areas empty, scattered around the map. Like, for example, this ramp is actually, let me show you, this ramp is actually up here in this area. Not really sure what that even is. Land, somebody could probably tell me what that stands for. Land, Hindel, and then Bayouhof. And then, like I said, we've got this strip farm. It's not strip farm, but strip mining area, mining pit over here. Not really sure what's going on with that. So let's go ahead and get our Mahindra. Let's take a look and figure out where on earth the shop is. We are right at the fringe of the deep wood forest, it feels like. And here we are. We got our Mahindra. We got our shop. Shop trigger there. And customized trigger, where that might be. Right here. Now let's just see. Does that trigger extend outside of the building? It does indeed. So we will be able to do our repairs outside the building also. Or sell our vehicles and whatnot. But just take a look at that forest. Oh my goodness. That is some dense forest through there. Okay. Let's go ahead and I guess let's head out here and swing around to HOF 2. Let's go ahead and, just for fun's sake, let's pull up the frame counter. Okay. And let's been through here. It seems that recently, whenever I'm around a ton of trees, I'm getting OBS. My recording software blows chunks, but the game isn't. The game is smooth at 60, but OBS blows chunks. So I don't know what's the deal. So let's go ahead and drive on in here towards town and basically come over here towards HOF 2. Just right up the street here. Now, in single player mode, we can open all the doors and all of the things at all of the various farm areas. In multiplayer, in the multiplayer game save, if you boot up the multiplayer game save, and this is what I'm talking about, how you're probably going to have a very frustrating experience if you use the wrong map for the wrong game mode. And that is in multiplayer, the multiplayer game, if you don't actually, if you're not a part of Farm 2, you can't open the doors at Farm 2. He has somehow figured out how to basically make it so you can only open the doors at your particular farm that you are a member of. So if you have the multiplayer version of the map and you try to play it in single player, you're only going to be able to open the doors on Farm 1, Hoff 1. You won't be able to open the doors even if you own Hoff 2. You won't be able to open the doors because in single player, everything is assigned to basically Farm ID 1. So here we've got a couple chicken coops. Chicken coop, and I guess this is a horse area here for Farm 2. Got a farmhouse, but I don't think we're going to have a sleep trigger. No, we might be surprised. Just check. Nope. No sleep triggers coming up. Farm 2. We have a maintenance building. We've got some silage bunkers. Pig area, and we've got a horse pen. Or not a horse pen, but a cow area over here. Shed. And then we have some pigs. Right? These are pigs. No, these are sheep. Right, these are sheep. Those are horses. Oh my gosh, I can't speak. Those are sheep. Those are cows. Here's our pigs. There's our horses. And we have chickens on the other end. So Farm 2 has all of the available animals. Let's go ahead and swing on over here to the dock and check that out. After we check out this sell point that's, oh, darn traffic. That's right up the street here. You have two-way traffic. Beware, two-way traffic. We have one of the sell points, and now we're at the fringe of the map. Since I was zoomed out so far, we could actually see out over the edge. There's one of our sell points. Here's the town where we spawn in at on our career start up. There. Let's try to speak clearer. Right? Here we have a massive. Here we have a massive harbor area, dock area. A couple sell points over here. A lime station and a water station is also over here. Here we have the dump point, sell point. And then we have a water station and a lime station right here. We've got another trigger right there. I'm a little curious as to what that might be. Water. I mean, not water. I think that's water, right? I mean, it's white, so it's not a sell point. I don't know. I'm interpreting wazer to be water. It might be wrong. I'm gonna go down here. I guess what we're gonna do is, let's double back and go up north. Okay, and then we're going to cut through some farmland and make our way back around. Let's do that, okay? We're going to go up here and check out the mine. Oh my gosh, there's traffic everywhere. Heavy traffic. I might just turn the traffic off just so I don't run into things. See, there's the mine I was talking about. Not really sure. I don't think it serves any purpose now, but it might have a purpose later on. Possibly when, oh my goodness, got some error. Possibly when factory scripts or maybe some other additional fill types, mod come out that allow you to basically make stuff like sand and gravel and whatnot. But here at the crossroads, let's just stop here at the crossroads and just take a look across the farmland there. So now we're looking across all of the fields that are the 20s and 30s. Crossed over there, we can see Farm 1 off there in the distance around those grove of trees. And there's Monster Mountain right there, prominent in the middle of the map. That is probably Wasser. That's probably another water trigger right there at that water tower. And then we're going to look back across over the teens, fields that are in the teens, back that way. Let's go ahead and lots of traffic through here. So if you run with traffic on, you will definitely feel as if the map is alive. So let's go ahead on. We got Supreme Milk, which is obviously where we're going to be selling our milk. Lots of farms have cows, so there will be plenty of opportunities to come up here and sell your milk. Let's go ahead and do a little spin around. I'll try not to whip around too quick because I know some people get dizzy. I think what we'll do is if we drive through the forest, I'm going to jump into first person in cab mode. So here we are. This is that land holding area. So we've got what looks like fill stations. We do have silo triggers there, so I do think we have some fill stations. We've got a sell point for hay, straw, and grass. We have a maintenance trigger. We've got a sell point for manure up here, I believe. Let's go ahead and take a look. We might be able to buy manure and sell manure here. Let's take a look. So we've got, nature dunger. Yeah, so that's like natural poo. That's how I'm translating that. So we can sell our poo here at the first one. And we can then buy it at the second one. And we can buy chicken feed, horse feed. Over here we have lime, seed, and so we've got a bunch of feed stations here. We can purchase manure in this pile, and we can sell our excess manure in this pile. Interesting enough. Then we have sell points for forage, chicken, pig, and horse food, meaning oats. And then we've got a couple of large buildings up here. Looks like these have been set up maybe with tip collisions. So we could tip and store things like root crops in here or other such things. Same with here. Here's that ramp I was talking about. We saw in the vehicles list. Lots of racks. I know some folks love these racks. I'm not so big hot on them, but if you like racks, well, you might want to buy this area up here, and you can just have all kinds of racks to store stuff in. And then again, here we have the seed, fertilizer, and lime fill stations. So pretty much up here, you've got everything you ever want to buy. Buy right here. And now through here, we've got the Banduhof. Not really sure what that translates out to, but it looks like it's just some storage areas, storage buildings. that then basically lead over here to, got a big pile of what looks like sand and gravel there, and then it leads down into the pit. We'll just call it the pit. Okay, not really sure what the deal with this is. When I hit F5, I didn't see any active triggers or anything in here. Let's just go in here. I mean, I didn't see any triggers or anything that would really imply what this was for. So I think this is for maybe something that's coming later. I don't know. If anybody knows, I would love to understand what that is, what that area is for. If it's just for nothing and is simply representing something that is in the area that this map is pseudo emulating. I don't think the map author said that this map was be an exact replica or was attempting to replicate any real life area, other than maybe just kind of representing all of maybe a specific kind of area. All right, so like I said, I think we were going to cut through this farmland here. Well, let's use this opportunity to drive around, take a look at this place from road level over to Farm 6, which is just around the corner. And then we'll continue on with our tour. Let's just jump up here. Crossed here some. Parking lot that leads up to a little nature area. Glad I can drive through those road signs. Let's bring up the mini map so we can see what's going on. And Farm 6 is right up in that grove of trees. Down here we had all of these, remember we had all of these little animal areas that we could buy that were kind of a little separate and removed. So that's Farm 1 there in the grove of trees. So right there is Farm 1. Remember we had these little horse, the pig, cow, and the sheep area we could all buy independent. Well, here they all are. We could buy the little horse area and basically just have that. We could buy the little pig area. Cow area comes with some silage bunkers and everything. Pretty cool idea. Now, let's go in cab because right across the street is the entrance to Farm 6. I mean, this is kind of is this even a road? Pretty narrow. Dense trees all through here. Here we are, Hoff 6, so to speak, and he's used, map author has used some of the buildings here from the Modding Welt Hoff pack, EU Hoff pack. Now this is just decoration. This doesn't actually serve a purpose. It's not actually a cow pen. We do have a repair station over there. All these doors nicely open up and everything. Except if you download the wrong version and you try to play it in single player mode, you're going to be frustrated because none of these doors are going to open for you. So if you can't get the doors to open, you probably have the wrong version of the map. Got a silo here, and then up the hill This is not part of HOF 6. This is a independently viable area, but we've got an open cow pasture here. This is part of the Hof Bergman, not Hof Bergman, oh my gosh. This is part of the Modding Welt Hof pack. It's kind of an open area, open ranged cow area that's been built in. We have our cow trigger here to purchase. Got our slurry, we've got water. Got our feed trigger here, and we got water trigger. And there, we got manure around the corner, the back. So again, this whole area is independently purchased from HOF 6. All of these can be purchased and used in single player. Let's go ahead and get our Mahindra. And let's see here. Let's swing down and get... Oh, where's the exit? Let's swing down and get some of these sell points down south a little bit. And then maybe we'll get some of the stuff around the east side of the map and maybe try to drive through the forest. I don't know. Let's see. All right, so here we've got another sell point. Nice winding road to get in or out this area. Got a lime station right there on the other side of the building. All right, so let's head on over here. Got a couple more sell points down this way. Oh, this appears to be where the sawmill is, actually. We've got the wood chip sell point and the log sell point right here in the corner. There you can see the explanation point, which is the log sell trigger to activate log sales. All right, let's make our way down to the animal dealer and Hof. What was that, 4? Here we are at the animal dealer. We've got our animal trigger right here. Turn around. Got a sell point right across the street from farm 4. So we'll hit the sell point up after we hit this farm here. So this farm we have a silo. Silo dump is right here. And this is the Modding Welt Hof silo. So you've got the silo there, and you got the dump there, and then you got your fill trigger to get your grain out right there. See, in single player mode, I can open up all these doors and all these gates without any hassle whatsoever. And this farm appears to also have pigs. So this is a pig farm, pig shed. Let's see if I can remember where the pig purchase is. For this one. Oh, here it is. This is where we come to purchase our pigs for this particular area. And we've got our manure pile, got our slurry point right there. We got a water trigger. Everything's nicely marked, feeding and straw. Want to be a pig farmer? Then this might be one of your desirable farms. Let's go ahead and turn around here and take a venture at this sell point, which is right across, right over here. Go. And one of the BGAs, there's two of them on the map. Here is, let's say this is BGA 1. No idea if it's really number 1. I'm just calling it number 1. So we've got our digester here. We have our digestate right there. And we've got several buildings, our sheds, that if somebody who purchased a BGA, they could set up shop down here. And we've got two large, deep, three-sided bunkers to pack all kinds of serious chaff in there. You can see somebody in multiplayer basically, or two people in multiplayer basically owning the BGA and maybe some fields, or contracting out and buying chaff from local farmers, and basically filling up their coffers with silage, letting it ferment, and then having a big old sell-off and basically making a heap ton of money. Nice pond over there, a lake. Let's see here. Let's continue on down through the southern half of the map here and check out grain mill. Another lime station and another farm, Hoff 5. So here we are. This is Hoff 5. It appears to be an arable farm. Let's go ahead and open up a couple gates. So here we are. So we just got a whole lot of machinery sheds. We do have a farmhouse, but it doesn't have the farm trigger. And big easy shed 3, and then one of the off over modding welts silos is Hoff 5. This could be the center of a big agricultural farm for sure. There's traffic on all the roads. Is there seriously traffic on every road? Seems like I've run into so much traffic, which is a good thing, right? So here's one of the sell points down here. And we have a lime station. No, that's the silo. Got a lime station over here. Really like the residential areas and everything. So here's lime. We're coming up to a fuel station. That's something I haven't seen a lot of on the map here, are gas stations. Yeah, just overlooked them. Coming up here on fuel station right here to our left. And let's make our way up to Hoff 3. And we'll go down here to Port Southeast. Didn't quite make the turn here. Like Hoff 3 has a back road that leads into two field areas. There's some building. This is an interesting building. Got some tip bunkers in here where we could tip in some root crops or whatever. Got lights in here. Several bays. Hoff 3 appears to be set up to do chickens. But of course, you could sell this if you wanted to. Sell the farmhouse, I think. And here we've got our silo for Hoff 3. Oh my, we've got a couple scarecrows also in storage. So let's drive like this down to Port Southeast, Southwest, whatever it's called. And we've got a second big port area. Where is the sell point? Is way, oops, sell point is down here. Almost looks like the port that is on Felsburn, just in the wrong spot. Because that port is over. This port on Felsburn's way over here. But, it's not saying that he couldn't move it or didn't move it. Just looks like that's probably what he did, is he moved this whole set of assets to some degree from one side of the map to the other. All right, let's go ahead and just hit up. We've kind of completely avoided the elephant in the room here in the in that big mountain area. I think we'll drive through it, maybe, just real quick in cab view. Going up to another water trigger. I'm thinking water trigger, Wasser. I'm thinking that's a water trigger. Oops. Tree. Just trying to drive zoomed way out and avoid things while looking around. So I think that platform over there must be the water trigger. We got our spinnery back here in the back behind these buildings. Got some broken down. Oh, sorry, dude. Sorry, dude. This might be a challenge to get in here with a big old load of cotton. We got our spinnery here, and I was checking out these bridges. These wooden bridges that are well, they're not complete. Looks like they have seen better days. But I'm wondering if seriously you could come in here and put down some logs and complete this bridge out. That would be interesting. Complete these bridges. I'm sure somebody will try to do it. Let's come on up here to the second biogas plant. And here we've got, oh, what is this? Is this just a maintenance building? This is another fuel station, okay. With an ATM. Please insert your card. Lots of fields. They're not overly big. So if you're into really big fields and really big maps, this map's not going to be for you. But if you're into something that's a little bit easier to manage, a little bit easier to bite off, then this map might be something right up your alley. So here we have BGA 2, and again, we've got some storage shed, got some big bunkers. Now these are pull through, drive through style. But again, you can have in multiplayer a couple different folks basically owning the BGAs, and those folks could contract out with local farmers for grass or chaff. So here we've got a hay, straw, and grass sell point in one of those concrete bunker areas, and several fields that are in the hundreds are visible over here. They're not flat overly; they're kind of little rolling fields. Got power lines running between them. Let's just check and see if these power lines have collisions. Probably do. Yep, they do have collisions. You could merge a couple of these fields together, but you would have these power utility poles running through the field. Then here we have the last sell point that we're going to take a look at. It is basically, I guess, like the bakery. It's the one that only accepts wheat and barley. Another cool. This is part of the cool town that we spawn into. So let's just go ahead and get in cab here, and let's see if we can't figure out how to quickly drive up into these woods. Let's see here, if we drive up around through here. If we go up here through the shop, yeah, see, that's where, yeah, see, there's a road here, and that's why some of these property lines are weird. It's based on the road. All right, so while we're driving up here, let me know, guys, what you think about this map in the comments. I'm kind of interested to know. I'm pretty much digging this map, and I pretty much told the folks over at the Discord, is we've got 3 multiplayer servers that we have up for folks in the Discord, and I pretty much told them that I didn't really care what server we were going to put this map on, but this map was going to find its way on one of those multiplayer servers sometime soon, and it was definitely going to be a map that I was going to be playing on because I was digging this map. See, like I said, OBS is freaking out right now. I have no idea why, other than the fact that maybe I'm around a whole bunch of trees. But look at my frame counter. My frame counter is hard at 60. So there's a road here. Here. And come on up through here. So with that, this map might be a cautionary tale for folks with weaker graphics cards. Might want to lower your graphics settings. Okay. I mean, I'm running on very high graphics settings with large view distances. And, I'm dropping in the 30s, dropping in the 40s, coming up through this forested area. OBS is blowing chunks. Much more than visually I am seeing here. Oops, wonder if I can open this door. Nope. But OBS is blowing a lot more chunks than the graphics card is in basically doing the encoding. So if you've got weaker graphics cards, then the map might be a problem area for you, or you might just have to lower your graphics settings. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to wrap up the single player video. I'm going to swap over to multiplayer and talk to you a little bit about how you need to set up the multiplayer if you're going to do this in multiplayer mode with the multiplayer game save. Alright guys, so we're loading up the multiplayer version of the map. The way I did this is I basically went to multiplayer. At the home screen, I went and said create game, picked a save game slot, done a video on how to basically do a hosted multiplayer. Basically answered all the multiplayer settings. And I came in here a little bit ago, and I went ahead and went to the farm management screen, or the farms screen, and I made HOF 1 through 8. Okay? And I'm going to go back here and join HOF 1. So if we go to the map, you can see that I now have icons for HOF 1. I don't have icons for HOF 2, 3, 5, 4, or 6. Okay? Because I don't own them. I'm not part of those farms. I also don't own the land on HOF 1, but I'm a part of HOF 1's farm. So if I come over here, you'll see I can open and close the doors without any issue whatsoever. And if you've downloaded the wrong map and you have basically tried to use this version, the multiplayer version in single player, this is what you're going to experience. You're going to be able to open all 3 of these doors without any hassle, right? But then you're going to want to, let's see, HOF 4 is close to this. Then you're going to basically come down here, let's say, to any of the other HOF build, any of the other farms, okay? Right now we're at HOF 4. And we're going to try to open this door, and it ain't going to work. Look, clickety, 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 clickety. Nothing's happening. Now watch this. Okay? Now if I join HOF 4, okay? Now if I look at the map, you'll see I have HOF 4 buildings, but HOF 1 buildings are gone. Okay? Now I can open the doors here on HOF 4. If I were to go back up here to HOF 1, I would not be able to open or close those doors anymore. Okay? So what's critical that you do if you are doing this in multiplayer is you come in here, you have the farm screen, and you build out 6 farms. I built out 8 just because it's the max you can do. But if we look here at the PDA, you're going to see that I don't own. It doesn't show that I have HOF 1, 6, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Okay, so there's no buildings. But Farm 6 could be one of the BGA plants and farm 7 could be the other BGA area. So there's a way to play this with 6 or with 8 unique farm areas. But what you need to do is you put the map up on your multiplayer server, you come over here, you set up farms 1 through 6, okay, call them whatever you want, but they have to match. So if somebody wants to own farm 3, okay, which is right down here, you can't make it farm 2 and basically expect it to work. It has to be farm 3. Okay, and now that I've joined farm 3, you see now I have farm 3. Okay, so basically go out and build your farms 1 through 6 in the farms management area, and then let people decide or basically pick which farm they want to be a part of. And they can come in here, they can change the name, or you can change the name for them. And then basically you can assign them a password if they want a password. Then they can join the farm that they want to join and basically be ready to rock and roll. But again, if you boot this map up and you come around to these buildings and you can't open the doors, okay, if you come over here to this building and you can't open the door, clickety clickety click, nothing's happening. It's because you have booted up the multiplayer version of the map in single player mode. I don't know, I've said it a ton of times during the video, and the reason I'm stressing this so hard is when I first saw this map, I saw it on the swipe sites. I saw it on the sites that basically just download and repost maps. And you know what they downloaded and reposted? They downloaded and reposted the multiplayer map, and no one has a clue. So people are trying to download it from all these other sites. They get on it, they try to play it, they get angry, they get frustrated, they blame the map author for making a broken map, and it's not the map author's fault. It is these darn stealer sites, scraper sites, that just go out and scrape it. They scrape the wrong download, scrape the first one they found, and the first one they found turns out to be the wrong game mode. They scrape the multiplayer, and it's posted all over the internet. The multiplayer map's posted all over the internet. People are trying to play it in single player mode, and they can't. Because they can't open any of the other doors other than the ones at Farm 1. They can't use any of the other silos. They can't use any of the animal areas because they're not assigned to them. They get frustrated. They get angry. They're like, this map is awful. Well, if you go to the link that I showed you at the start of the video, again, we'll put that over here on the screen. If you go to this site, which is in the link in the description, if you download the single player or the multiplayer version, whichever one you're going to actually play, it's uploaded. People don't like uploaded because it takes forever to download, but you know what? You click it, you go to bed. Click it, you go to work. When you get up in the morning, you'll have the map. When you come home from work, you'll have the map. Come home from school, you'll have the map. Life goes on, people. Just get over it. If you want to have the right gameplay experience, get it from the right source, and enjoy yourself, because the map is not broken. Works perfectly fine if you get the right map for the right style gameplay. So with that, I'm going to put my soapbox away. Hope you guys enjoy the map, because I know I'm going to be enjoying the heck out of this thing here in a couple weeks. Until next time, happy farming.